All right, what's going on, everyone? Happy Friday. Hope you're having a good day. Today, we are going to be sharing some not too great news about the earnings strategy. We actually took our first major loss of the season this morning, a trade on AMAT. And I want to talk about it today because the whole point of doing this series is to share my insights into what it's like to run this earnings strategy in particular, and also the ETF strategy. But that means not only talking about what trades we're taking, things that are going well, but also talking through some of these losing positions and how we think about them. So AMAT was actually looking really good in terms of the data, right? It's basically had consistent winners for most of its history. But unfortunately, this morning, it opened up with a 9% move down, bringing it well past our 170 strike down to 168 more or less. And it was down like in the 167 something at one point. We ended up getting not a great fill. I didn't do a great job executing it at the open, and we ended up getting out for about $3.17 per lot. 2 lots, $500 loss. A really big loss relative to our premium. And the thing that really made this one sting is that it recovered. It's now up at 171.24, meaning that this $500 loss would have been roughly a $100 winner if we had continued to hold the position just for even 5 minutes longer from where we exited. And, you know, it's hard to sometimes make these types of decisions where you get out of the trade right away, because always remember that this could have run the other way, right? It could have continued to trend down, and this $500 loss could have been a $700 loss or a $1,000 loss. And that's the tricky part about trading, right? We have our core strategy, which is the implied versus realized move. That happened. Things had kind of settled around the 168 mark, so it might not have gotten too much worse. But I'm trying not to beat myself up about not holding this position for longer. Obviously, we would be up, from where we are right now, $700 or $600 because we would have made a gain as well. But is it really fair for me to say that I should have held it? It's tough to say, right? Like now I'm getting into the world of trying to forecast what direction the stock's going to move after earnings. It's not like it drifted in the same direction, right? Which is like what post-earnings announcement drift is said to be. So I think it would have not been fair for me to hold myself responsible for not holding this trade longer. Would have been nice, obviously, but it wouldn't be fair. So how do I think about this now? Honestly, I think about this the same as every other trade, right? We just are running the book the way that we run it, right? We're running the earnings strategy. We took a loss today, and we're going to move on from it. Emotionally, obviously, it sucks, right? We lost money, and it was a bigger loser, and this was a trade that I hoped and expected to go much better. Just looking at the data for it, if you're a PA member, pull it up in the terminal, take a look. You'll see it looks great. Right? It looks like a really good trade. But that's the thing with earnings, right? That's why we do this diversification. Earnings is trading a risk premium based on surprises. And surprises happen. That's what happened today. So that's why that premium is there. Overall, we are still up a little bit for the season. Obviously, a lot of the gains did get erased by this loss. But we'll hopefully still have a few more trades into next week that we can take. And, hey, if things go well there, then we're looking good. Overall, just generally speaking, doesn't change anything for me. We will continue to run the strategy the exact same way. I'm curious to hear what some other people did with this trade. I know we're chatting about it in the group. I know a couple people did hold it, and, they're having a nice little Friday celebration here. Maybe some early drinks to get the weekend started. And I know a couple of us did get out right in the morning and, just had to eat that loss. So we're having a couple drinks as well, but just sad drinks for us. So yeah, I really just wanted to make this video to talk about this trade because it will happen again in the future. I don't want people to feel too bad about it. It's a part of the strategy. Every strategy has drawdowns. Earnings has more volatility, of course. That's why there's, a larger premium than, let's say, just selling puts on the S&P, which also has this variance. And so chin up, right? We keep going, and we will just continue to run the strategy. the way that we always do. Remember, even in Jay's journal, like the trade case study for earnings with like 1,800 trades in it or whatever it was, 1,300 trades. There was a few losers that were like unbelievably big, right? So there's gonna be even bigger ones than this at some point. We need to be okay with that, right? That's why we're getting paid. All right. If you have any questions about this trade, I guess one more thing I can share is like, how am I actually going to deal with this loss? Well, first of all, it's not the end of the world, right? One thing I'll do is I'm going to finish this video and then I'm going to the gym. A little workout, get some endorphins flowing, and then I'll probably come back and just get to work. To be honest, it's not big enough that I feel like I need to take a day off and go reflect or anything. It's just relatively small loser. But that's pretty much it. Just get away from the computer for a little bit, hit a workout, do something to, get some positive chemicals flowing in your brain. Really try to understand what happened, right? And what happened here is just variance in the strategy. Like, this happens. This is not, I didn't make any huge mistakes. Maybe my execution could have been better, but that's really it. So I'll think about the execution. I'll try to think about what I could have done better there. And besides that, we're moving on. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Hopefully, if you took a little bit of a loss today on that trade, this video brings you some perspective on how I think about it, and you could use it for yourself as well. And happy trading, everyone. We will catch you on Monday. Take care.